Happy birthday to you. Driving skills. If you or someone you know is a truck driver with 1,000,000 miles or more of driving under your belt without a preventable accident, register online at rediradioshow.com. That's rediradioshow.com. The Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club would not be possible without the generous support of the fine folks from Petro Stopping Centers, House Lubricator, Motel 6, the St. Christopher Fund, and Cat Scale. We applaud the individual truckers and fleets who drive with care and keep our highways safe. The Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club, devoted to trucking safety. Register online at rediradioshow.com.
Follow The Trucker on social media for the latest trucking news. Follow us on Facebook at The Trucker Newspaper, on Twitter at Trucker Talk, or on Instagram at The Trucker Media. Join The Trucker, along with truckers across the nation, to keep up with resources you need to succeed in the industry. Visit us on the web at thetrucker.com or pick up a free copy of our newspaper at one of almost 400 truck stops across the country. That's thetrucker.com.
Sponsored by the Trucker Media Group.
WIAM, the home of the Ben Shapiro Show, and heard on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, the Cumulus Media Station. This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Hundreds of displaced Palestinians scrambled for cover after a Greek Orthodox church in the Gaza Strip was hit by an Israeli airstrike, hours after President Biden delivered a speech from the Oval Office pleading for more U.S. help for conflicts overseas. Correspondent Peter King.
President Biden has asked Congress for a $100 billion military aid package to help Ukraine and Israel fight off Russia and Hamas, respectively.
We're going to make sure Iron Dome continues to guard the skies over Israel. We're going to make sure other hostile actors in the region know that Israel is stronger than ever and prevent this conflict from spreading.
$14 billion would go to Israel, $60 billion to Ukraine, with Mr. Biden saying the security of all countries is important to that of the U.S. and other democracies.
UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres has just visited the Egyptian side of Gaza's Rafah border crossing, where deliveries of food, water, and fuel could finally begin today. The UN's Ravina Shamdasani.
We implore all parties to allow the rapid and unimpeded passage of humanitarian relief for all civilians in need wherever they are.
Cargo planes and trucks have been waiting for days to get into Gaza, with Israeli airstrikes ongoing. No new U.S. aid can get to the Middle East or Ukraine until the House of Representatives has a new speaker, or until lawmakers give the interim speaker more power. For now, Congressman Jim Jordan is hoping he'll overcome sizable opposition within his own Republican Party before a third vote today.
I want to go talk with a few of my colleagues. Particularly, I want to talk with the 20 individuals who voted against me.
Police in Maryland are searching for a suspect after a judge was shot in his driveway last night and died at a hospital. WUSA's Casey Nolan.
As for who did this, any circumstances around this apparent murder, that they are not saying, except to say that this is an ongoing investigation, which includes, at last check, the search for their suspect here in the Hagerstown area.
Need cold medicine? Choices will be limited at CVS drugstores. The chain is pulling products that contain phenylephrine after the FDA said the active ingredient doesn't work. And a surprise appearance by some famous rockers. The Rolling Stones put on a surprise invite-only club show in New York City hours before their new album, Hackney Diamonds, dropped at midnight. There was a guest appearance by Lady Gaga. Mick Jagger told CBS,
I wasn't trying to write a song. I was just playing the piano for fun, and then suddenly you written through such him.
This is CBS News.
If you need to hire, you need Indeed, because Indeed's all-in-one hiring solution helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Yeah, I'm looking at the pages right now.
Thomas's translation company just lost its only 2 Spanish speakers. Without the right replacements, he'll be in problemas.
Yeah, we'll have those ready. Tonight's going to be a late one.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. With Indeed Instant Match, we immediately show you quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed meet your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Angie's List is now Angie, and we've heard a lot of theories about why.
I thought it was an eco move. Fewer words, less paper.
No, it was so you could say it faster.
No, it's to be more iconic.
Must be a tech thing.
But those aren't quite right. It's because now you can compare upfront prices, book a service instantly, and even get your project handled from start to finish.
Sounds easy.
It is, and it makes us so much more than just a list. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
Hard to feel sorry for him, but look who's just lost billions.
Elon Musk has less money, about $24 billion less, after Tesla's share price fell 9% Thursday. The losses came following a disappointing third-quarter report, $19.6 billion in revenue compared to $21.3 billion in the second quarter. The report fell short of analysts' expectations. Musk owns over 20% of Tesla, which makes up nearly 70% of his net worth. Wendy Gillette, CBS News.
When it comes to milk for toddlers, the American Academy of Pediatrics says it's the real thing. The group has issued a warning. Powdered drink mixes promoted as toddler milks for older babies and kids up to 3 are unregulated, unnecessary, nutritionally incomplete, and often filled with sugar and salt. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Our award-winning home security has advanced sensors each to cameras, and now this 24/7 live record.
Morning, Melissa. Alrighty then.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Hey, y'all, Lewis at the Capital Ocean Bar. We're over here on that beautiful Alabama River, cooking up great steak with you, boy. That's right, we got a pot of gumbo for you. Got some hamburger, ribeye steak, grill. Check it all out.
Alrighty then. All right, come on.
Down here with your RV park. Talk about the good times on the
Whoa, happy day.
Christian Care Ministry. This is good news, maybe exactly what you needed to. Right now, switching to Medishare can save you even more than usual on top of what you save each month by becoming a member of Medishare. So many people are looking for a healthcare solution right now, especially with how inflation is affecting us. And Medishare is the affordable, reliable alternative to home insurance. A typical family saves about $500 a month. You might save even more. And Medishare is a Christian community that's sharing each other's healthcare costs for 30 years now, and they're making it easier than ever. Apply by October 31st, and you can save an additional $150 I'll give you the number here in a second. Now is the time to make the switch, like more than 400,000 people already have. Start saving. Here it is.
Ousting some other alternative here is something that I believe is unconstitutional.
All kind of stuff here. These ladies are super creative. They said they had over 25 people within their community that participated in their neighborhood. And when you think about that, multiply that times 60, it's over 1,200 people in our town.
That's like almost nodding your head up and down or sideways while you're on the radio.
There's a map that shows people where the hay bales are. But we have this going on. We have our plein air paint out going on this weekend. And there's a great announcement about the hospital, which, by the way, you go to Pike and Wall, then go south to Pike and Wallahatchie.
Just
And the
anything
school
you
will be
can
there
give
at the
me.
corner of
No,
Pike and
I
Wallahatchie.
Scotty, that's
But
all.
people will find Pike
Do you
Road
like
to be a
plays, Scotty?
wonderful
And here's why,
place to go
I play them.
experience this
This
weekend.
is
So
how
if
it
you're
came
out and
about.
about, come look at these hay bales. and be a part of that play there, man. So many great things going on in Pine
That's
Grove.
so
It
funny.
is. It's so much
Yesterday
fun
I
to
was in
drive
my
around town
office
and
working
see all
on some
those
work.
different hay bales there. Thanks
Richard
so much for
rounds
your
the
time
corner
this
and
morning.
says
We
his
will talk
name.
more
I'm like,
about
huh?
that plain air paint job.
You're like, what?
We're
Oh,
gonna
the
show
guy
you
from
how that all
We're on the
comes
Air. You
together
could
with
remember his
artists.
name.
When I tell you, it was bugging me. I mean, it was really bugging me because I was
And
just
while
like, how can I not remember that
celebrating all
terrible
things
interview?
fall,
Well, it was a
you
terrible
already be looking to
You like to
Christmas.
forget. That's
One
what you
good
tell
place to
yourself.
look at that
I need to forget this interview.
Maybe we should get this
dozens
fixed.
of vendors.
Let's put that interview in the rearview mirror and talk about what we got going on today. That would be the 20th
All proceeds
of
from
October
that
of
event go directly back to the community
2023.
in the form of
61
grants to
degrees right
deserving
now,
river
a
region
high of
organizations. Now, general admission
79.
tickets are
That's not
$10
warm
side,
for
yeah.
this year's
today.
holiday
There's
market.
today
The
and
event
tomorrow, both
runs
sunny. We
tomorrow.
got an Orionid
It's
meteor
6:08. It's still
shower
ahead
that
this
we
morning
can
on
look at.
Today in
Although
Alabama.
we
The
need to,
president made a
keep in
rare
mind that'll be
address to
coming
the
up,
nation,
more
coming up
like
what he had
tonight
to say
and
about
tomorrow
Israel
night.
and
Clear
Ukraine.
skies for that.
It'll go all the way
Nice car.
through November.
And your
but
commute
this
will
is
look a
gonna be
little
the
different
hot.
this morning.
The
We've
next
got
2
things
days
in
will
the
be
yellow
clear
because
skies.
roads may be a little
Find a
slick with
place
some
where we can
rain. It's been a
actually
while
get
since
rid
we've
of the
had
light
that kind of
pollution.
morning
Well, we need to
commute,
go
but
to the
by this
beach.
afternoon, it's all sunshine. The commute
Awesome.
is A-OK, and you've got great weather this weekend as well. We'll take a look coming up after the break.
Do.
How's the scented angel stuff coming?
Angel, we've got it. The smelling must add the scent inside the tube.
Every tube also adds a hint of freshness?
Today, that's azbyrequire.com. License number 84417.
A very isolated shower is possible very early this morning, but that's it. Otherwise, it's a day with plenty of sunshine. It'll be breezy. Temperatures will get up to about 80 degrees. So it turns out to be a nice day despite a cold front coming through. Tonight, we're down to 50 degrees, clear skies. Clouds will build a little bit tomorrow, but still a lot of sun. Highs around 80 again. We'll be in the upper 70s to around 80 Sunday with more clouds, but we're still dry. That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Sabry for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Your Friday kicks off with no major problems or accidents. Interstate systems moving smoothly into and through the Tri-County area from Clanton, Auburn, and Greenville. No problems on 231 south out of Wetumpka, north out of Troy. High school students get a jump start on your career with dual enrollment at Trenton State. Trenton State, today's college for tomorrow's world. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
Good morning, I'm Bethany Davis in the WSFA 12 newsroom. Pike Road School Superintendent announced plans to build a brand new high school in the process of closing on a 73-acre property just 6 miles from the current high school. These are expected to break ground in 2024. Alabama's Lieutenant Governor believes Alabama is primed to become the workforce engine of the Southeast. Will Ainsworth met with a group of lawmakers backing a plan to transform the state's current workforce and develop an office dedicated to coordinating workforce development with high schools, community colleges, technical training programs, and the Chamber of Commerce. He's proposing a new cabinet position, which would require approval from the state lawmakers. Next legislative session is expected to start in February. And the U.S. House of Representatives is expected to make a third vote today on whether or not Ohio Representative Jim Jordan should be the next Speaker of the House. That vote is set to happen at 10 o'clock this morning. That's the news for this Friday. I'm Bethany Davis in the WSFA 12 newsroom.
It's time for the biggest tractor sale of the season at SunSouth. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, SunSouth has a John Deere tractor for everyone, and they're all affordably priced with special offers, including 0% financing for 72 months on popular models, including 1 Series, 3 Series, and even 5 Series. You've been borrowing your buddy's tractor long enough. Get your own John Deere from SunSouth during the fall sales event. SunSouth, equipment for those that do.
Restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Expires October 31, 2023.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
This is good news, maybe exactly when you need it to. Right now, switching to MediShare can save you even more than usual on top of what you'll save each month by becoming a member of MediShare. So many people are looking for a healthcare solution right now, especially given how inflation is affecting us. And MediShare is the affordable, reliable alternative to health insurance. The typical family saves about $500 a month. You might save even more. And Medishare is a Christian community that's been sharing each other's healthcare costs for 30 years now, and they're making it easier than ever. Apply by October 31st. You can save an additional $150 on your first month. I'll give you the number here in a second, but just tell them the promo code SHARE to get your additional savings. Now is the time to make the switch, like more than 400,000 people already have, and start saving. Here it is. It's 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
For most of Alabama, ticks and mosquitoes are more abundant from late spring to early fall. If you spend time outdoors or have pets that go outside, you need to be aware of the diseases they can carry to help protect yourself and your family. Prevention is key in safeguarding against tick and mosquito-borne diseases. For more information and tips on how to protect you and your family from these pests, visit our website at alabamapublichealth.gov. Again, visit our website at alabamapublichealth.gov.
He's smart, witty, and fast on the draw. It's Mark Levin this afternoon at 5 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
In the Middle East, there's nothing being done right now in the House because of this chaos.
Yeah.
And, we need to.
Sometimes you need to reset, refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
I'll get that technicality worked out sometime between now and next week. Good morning, everybody. Hope this day finds you well. And good morning, and good morning again, Montgomery, Alabama. It is time to rise and shine if you can. For it is another day, one more, that you're on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of you. Good morning. It is time for our daily bread. A word from on high, something that'll change your perspective or give you a new one. Either way, it's good for the soul. Today's daily bread is simply entitled In the Garden. Our scripture insight today comes from Genesis 2, 8 through 9, and Genesis 3, 16 through 19. Genesis 2 and 8 reads, The Lord God had planted a garden in the east, in Eden, and there he put the man he had formed. Govern yourselves accordingly. And again, good morning. It is October the 20th, 2023. It is a day unlike any other day that has ever been, for this day, once it's gone, it won't ever be again. You don't get a do-over. You don't get it back. You don't get to summon it from the past. You don't get to come back and undo all the things that you do, good, bad, or indifferent. And you don't get a chance to come back to undo the things that you did do. So whatever it is that you do with this day, make sure that if tomorrow should be, you be proud of what you have done. If you've been around a while, there's no doubt. First of all, thank God for still being here another day. But if you've been around a while, there's no doubt you have seen, you have heard many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace, mercy, and charity of God, we may, I'm not sure, we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day. That is the first day of the rest of our lives. What are we going to do with them? Well, whatever you do what you can, while you can, for as long as you can, and reach back and give somebody else a helping hand. Benjamin Elijah May said, whatever we do in life, we should do it so well, no man living, no man dead, no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say that is the standard by which you live your life. You shall always be successful. Oh, you'll fail at a thing or two, we all do. But you'll never be a failure until you quit. We say, give out if you must, rest if you can. But you never, ever, never, ever give up. Never quit, because quitters never win. And while winners may fail at a thing or two, they keep on moving. They put one foot in front of the other. My mother used to say, nothing beats a failure. Nothing but a try. Give it your all and keep giving it. Don't ever give up, because quitters don't win. And winners, well, they may lose a thing or two, but they never give up. It's a great day to be alive. Good morning to you. In the Garden. That's our daily bread for today, October the 20th, 2023. We'll be back.
Welcome to today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. Our reading, titled In the Garden, was written by Allison Kita. My dad loved being outdoors in God's creation, camping, fishing, and rock hunting. He also enjoyed working in his yard and garden, but it took lots of work. He spent hours pruning, hoeing, planting seeds or flowers, pulling weeds, mowing the lawn, and watering the yard and garden. The results were worth it. A landscaped lawn, tasty tomatoes, and beautiful peace roses. Every year he pruned the roses close to the ground, and every year they grew back, filling the senses with their fragrance and beauty. In Genesis, we read of the Garden of Eden, where Adam and Eve lived, thrived, and walked with God. There, God made all kinds of trees grow out of the ground, trees that were pleasing to the eye and good for food. I imagine that perfect garden also included beautiful, sweet-smelling flowers, perhaps even roses, minus the thorns. After Adam and Eve's rebellion against God, they were expelled from the garden and needed to plant and care for their own gardens, which meant breaking up hard ground, battling with thorns and other challenges. Yet God continued to provide for them, and He didn't leave humanity without the beauty of creation to draw us to Him. The flowers in the garden remind us of God's continued love and promise of a renewed creation, symbols of hope and comfort. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Genesis chapter 2, verses 8 and 9, and chapter 3, verses 16 through 19. Now the Lord God had planted a garden in the east, in Eden, and there He put the man He had formed. The Lord God made all kinds of trees grow out of the ground, trees that were pleasing to the eye and good for food. In the middle of the garden were the tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Now picking up with chapter 3, verse 16. To the woman He said, I will make your pains in childbearing very severe. With painful labor you will give birth to children. Your desire will be for your husband, and he will rule over you. To Adam He said, because you listened to your wife and ate fruit from the tree about which I commanded you, you must not eat from it. Cursed is the ground because of you. Through painful toil you will eat food from it all the days of your life. It will produce thorns and thistles for you, and you will eat the plants of the field. By the sweat of your brow you will eat your food until you return to the ground, since from it you were taken. For dust you are, and to dust you will return. Let's pray. Dear God, we thank you for the many reminders of you in your creation. Thank you for creating beauty among the thorns. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries. My name is Rochelle Traub. Thanks for listening.
Okay, time to rise and shine. Oh, we got PT today. We got PT. Yeah, we got it. It's Friday. We got PT. I'm not in a PT motivated today, but I'm gonna do it anyway because you got to do what you got to do. No sweat, not yet. Down in the mess hall on my knees. Time to rise and shine. But a can of beans. Nothing to eat but a can of beans. The bread was moldy and the meat was bad. Well, you know darn well that you can't eat that. Come on now, let's do it. Let's get it done. Wasting daylight all the way. Gotta be rough and tough. Airborne all the way. When I was young, always wanted to be in the 82nd Airborne, needs enough breeze. Now that I'm here, I'm gonna do it right. Jump from an aircraft while in flight. Oh yeah, that ain't for the wimps among you. That's for the brave. Come on now. Driving on airborne, airborne all the way. Driving on, driving on. Come on. Morning in the drizzling rain. Well, I picked up my parachute and boarded the plane. Jump master said 1 minute to go. Green light lead with a cheering blow. Come on now. This ain't wimp land. This is man land right here, buddy. Okay. Paratrooper paradise, baby. Here we go. Hey, we got PT coming up. Somebody get the first sergeant major to get on out here right now. All right. And somebody call the mayor, tell him he's running this morning with us too. All right. PT, we only do it 3 times a week, so let's get on it. No profiles, no none of that. Get every swinging chain out here. Oh, yeah. Hard work, work. Come on now. Hard work, work. Hard work, work. That's what they say. Oh, yeah. I'm running. All right, here we go. Get up by the quota to 3. Let me go and earn my pay. Oh, yeah. Move it up, move it up. That's what they say. Hard work, I earn my pay. Come on. Friday, Friday. And go to pain. Hard work, work. Hard work, work. Go to work. Come on. Hard work, work. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hard work, work. I'm saying in a row. Hard work, work. Hard work, work. Okay. All right, somebody said they don't understand it. I'll get it to you in a minute. On the airplane, in the early morning rain. That's because we getting ready to jump, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hard work, work. Hard work, work. It's about hard work, baby. Hard work. This ain't for wimps. This ain't for wimps. Hard work, work. That's what they say. Hard work. I do it for play. Come on. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I got it. I got it now. I'm rolling. I am rolling this morning. I'm feeling pretty good this morning, as a matter of fact. I got some coffee here. 1 part coffee, 4 parts cream. I've never seen white coffee before, but that's what this looks like. Tastes good, though. And now, let us pay homage to all of our armed forces of these United States Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, and Space Force, whom without the freedom that you experience in this country would not be possible. Because somebody's mother, somebody's father, somebody's brother, somebody's son, somebody's aunt, somebody's uncle, somebody's child, it said, not on my watch. Airborne. And just thank God right now you don't live in Israel or you don't live in Ukraine where bombs or all that crap is going off. And also, be advised, my jump boots are shined. My uniform is pressed and ready to go. call me. I'll go. My sons, my kids, they deserve a chance to have the freedom that I've had. And so do you. Airborne. I'll be in the reserve crew, though.
We're always ready for the call. We place our trust in Thee. Through howling gale and shock and shell to win our victory. Send bird for night is our guide. Our pledge and motto true. We're always ready to our die. I constantly fight for you. On we go into the wild blue yonder, high behind the sand. Here they come to lead our thunder, and fight in the gun. And we die, stopping the flame from under, up with one terrible roar. We live in faith, we die in faith, for nothing can stop the USA force.
And again, let me say good morning to the Alabama National Guard, Alabama Guard, Air and National Guard, Air and Army National Guard. Good morning to Maxwell and Gunner Air Force Base. After all, this is an Air Force town, and we must pay homage. After all, they put the air in airborne. All right, anybody seen the 141 out there? Anything like that? 123, 130, anything like you should jump out of Chinook, something? Huey? Give me something, bro. Give me something out there. We call it old school. All right, good morning to the mayor. Hey, I only kiss up to people that can do something for me. That's a limited few. A very limited few. Marines. Good morning, jarheads. All right. Now, don't forget, we have an audio piece of money. It lasts about 6-7 minutes, somewhere around that time, to motivate you this morning. Which one is it? Okay. I know you guys are tired of hearing this one, but this is the last time I'm going to play this one this year. It is called "It Is a Great Day to Be Alive," and then we'll get back to my my normal stuff in a little bit here. But this just motivates me. It's about redemption. It is about never giving up, and it allows us to understand that bad things happen to us. There's not anybody born on God's green earth that somebody hadn't stuck it to. And if we were to be honest with ourselves, if we got a little age on us, and we probably stuck it to a few people too along the way. I'm just saying. But repent from it, move on. But you're not the only person that's catching hell. Okay? Everybody's gonna get some of that. Everybody's gonna get some of that. If you know, everybody in this life has gone through some things. And if you haven't, keep living, like my mother used to say, and you will. But it's not what happens to you. That is the tough part. The tough part is how you respond to it. Okay? Falling don't make you strong, but getting up every time you do does. We'll be back. Uno momento. And you know my favorite song this time on Cap, okay? Because it's all about time. It's all about time. What you do with yours. Okay? It's about what you do with your time. We'll be back.
Monster.com. News Radio 1440. The new era of Counter-Strike 2 is here. With the release of Counter-Strike 2 last week, every tournament will be released moving forward. The first big event in the pipeline will be the troubleshooting in Chicago, taking place December 15th through the 17th. The winner of this 18 tournament will immediately qualify for the ESL Pro League starting in 2024. You have to see smoke the competition and take the stage. If you're still in the country, you need to watch online. Wendy's new breakfast $2 for $3.50 bundles let you create your own delicious combo. Choose from a sausage biscuit, egg and cheese biscuit, vanilla seasoned potatoes, and a medium hot coffee. $7,000 for the sausage biscuit and small seasoned potatoes. No, it is the French cracked egg and cheese biscuit with a medium hot coffee. Another two savory sausages. Whichever you pick, you can't go wrong. Choose one. Choose Wendy's new $2 for $3.50 bundles.
Community channel, American. Make sure your team knows it is never okay to touch people. For example, driving agreement between healthychildren.org.
The Army National Guard is committed to keeping the country safe and our communities secure. Composed of hundreds of thousands of citizen soldiers from all walks of life, and in every corner of America, the Guard is always ready to respond to local and national emergencies. The Army National Guard reacts to domestic operations in each of America's 54 states and territories, including Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, Guam, and the District of Columbia. Each state National Guard's unique domestic role is to act as the first line of defense in support of civil authorities in their state. The Guard's emergency responses include search and rescue missions for floods, combating wildfires, hurricane and tornado recovery, and the presidential inauguration. The Army National Guard. We are always ready. We are always there. And in every state and territory, we stand guard for our communities. To learn more, log on to nationalguard.com. Sponsored by the Alabama Army National Guard. Aired by the Alabama Broadcasters Association.
Local Sean Hannity apparently appears live this afternoon at 2 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
Media's Art Pass travel.
Okay, then here is my. It's only 9 minutes. Okay, and then I'll be back with lessons of life and the word of the day, which are both going to be interesting today. Actually, it's pretty good. So we'll be back right after this. Hey, this is so you get a different perspective to carry you through the weekend. Okay, so listen, enjoy, and pay attention. Yeah.
At the back of my head, I could feel her staring at me, and then finally she would say,
"You know you ain't sleep."
Grandmama know you ain't sleep.
You right away.
You just must go on and get on up and get ready for school. And my grandmother was known for saying things that would kind of make you a little angry because they made so much sense, and you couldn't argue with her. Parents, you know, there's things that you, when you become parents, you start to say to your own kids.
Yeah.
My grandmother would say, "Now, son, you knew when you laid down there last night that you had to get up this morning. I don't know why every single morning you lay there and act surprised. You ought to be thankful that the Lord saw fit to wake you up this in your right mind." But what my grandmother was encouraging me to do was simply to be grateful for the opportunity. In spite of all that I had been through in my life, she just wanted to make sure that I understood the opportunity that I've been given. My life got started, it was a little rough. It was a little rough start. I was born 2 months premature. My mother was walking up a flight of stairs, and she didn't know this at the time, but a woman she had had an argument with earlier was standing above her holding a pot of boiling water. As my mom made her way up those stairs, that woman dumped that water onto my mom and sent her tumbling down the stairs into premature labor. She received third-degree burns to over 25% of her body. And when we were finally allowed to leave the hospital, as you can imagine, my mom was in a great deal of pain. Those burns just barely missed her face and covered most of the front of her body. So when we got home, she began taking a heavy sedative, pain medication to help her recover. When she took that medication, it was very difficult for her to watch me, so I would bounce around a lot. I'd stay with my mom for a little bit, and I'd go stay with grandma, and I'd stay with some neighbors, aunties, and then back to my mother's house. I did that for the first 3 years of my life. I was 3 years old, I was back at my mom's house, and I got into her purse, I found that medication, I swallowed everything in the bottle. When they found me, they rushed me to the hospital, and my heart would stop, and eventually I went into a coma. But because of that accident, because of that incident, the state of California, they did an investigation. And the conclusion that they came to was that it wasn't an accident. They removed me from my mother's home, I was made a ward of the state, and eventually I went into the foster care system. Shortly after I arrived to one of my foster homes, my foster mom, her name was Miss Alexander. Miss Alexander began locking me inside the closet with a light. She'd open the closet door, she'd kick me, hit me with a stick or a strap or whatever she had. It was while I was in that foster home that I was sexually abused for the first time in my life. And oftentimes people will ask, you know, if that has to be the worst thing that could happen to someone. I have scars on my body that you can't see. I have a burn here on my hand that she put there with an iron. But all of that pain went away. The worst thing that Mrs. Alexander would do is she would open the closet door, she would stand over me, and she would say, "You're stupid, and you ain't gonna never amount to nothing." And that hurt me more than any of the physical kicks or the physical pain because I believed it for a long time. I believed that I would never amount to anything, just like she said. I didn't know this at the time. I found out a little bit later, but my grandmother, my hero, she had started going back and forth to court, trying to prove that she could take care of an active, handsome little boy. And eventually, the state of California, they granted her full custody of me. And I'll never forget standing on Miss Alexander's front porch waiting. She had my little belongings, everything that I had. We were standing there. It may have only been a half an hour, but it felt like an eternity. And I can remember thinking maybe no one's coming. But after a while, at the end of the block, I see the ugliest car I've ever seen in my life. And the car pulls up right in front of the porch. And I remember all I could see are these two big glasses, bifocals. And I found out later that grandma had glaucoma. She wasn't even supposed to be driving. But she gets out of that big car and she's got on this white floppy hat with this, there was a flower right there in the middle. And I remember she had on this long white dress that came all the way down to her ankles. And I found out later that, that was Grandma's Sunday best. It was an outfit that she only reserved for special occasions. And I can remember for once in my life feeling like I was on a special occasion. So I remember jumping into Grandma's arms and squeezing her. And I remember her whispering and saying to me, everything's okay. Your family. And everything was okay, just like Grandmother said. And I had a lot to look forward to. I found out that my mom was going to court trying to prove that she could take care of me. And I can remember sitting there with my mother and we talk and we had a lot of different conversations. One thing I can remember saying, Mama, one day when I get big, I'm gonna buy you a nice house with a fireplace. I said, Mama, one day I'm gonna buy you a nice car. Not like Grandma, so get you a nice one. But the truth is, I just really wanted to become a family again. And that's what I look forward to. When I was 12 years old, I was asleep on my grandmother's floor. It was about 4 o'clock in the morning. We get a knock on the door. It was my mom's roommate. Miss Howell, come quick. Miss Howell was my grandma. She said, come quick, it's Ruth. Ruth was my mom. She said, I can't wake her up. I think she's dead. And I can remember laying on that floor, kind of wishing it was, thinking, hoping that it was maybe a dream. But it wasn't. And that's how I found out that all the hopes and dreams and things that I had to look forward to weren't going to happen. I became very angry. I became confused. I was hurt. I didn't really understand what was happening. I started acting out, hanging out with wrong people, breaking into houses, started stealing cars. I can remember not really caring what happened to me. I continued that behavior until I was 19. When I was 19, I found myself standing in front of a judge. I was handcuffed, had a chain around my waist, and my handcuffs were attached to that chain. The judge looked at me and says, the state of California sentences you to 15 years in prison for armed robbery and assault with deadly weapon. That day, when that door closed behind me for the first time as a convicted felon, I remember standing in that empty cell. I remember my knees started to get weak and they started to shake uncontrollably. I collapsed and I fell to the floor. I just started crying alone. I can remember hearing voices. I heard the voice of my foster mom saying, you're stupid, you'll never amount to nothing. I heard the voice of family members and friends of family that said, that boy's gonna end up just like his father. My father was a career criminal, he died in prison. I can remember laying there thinking to myself that this is where I'm gonna die. But here's what happened that would change my life. Shortly after I arrived to that prison, there was an educator there. His name was Charles Lyles, 6'3", ex-Marine. And I don't know what it was about me, but every time he saw me, he'd say, hey, Mr. Humphrey. And he had this big smile on his face, a smile that my kids would say, that's creepy. But he smiled and he said, hey, Mr. Humphrey, how you doing? He always called me Mr. Humphrey. He gave me that respect. He walked into my cell. He looked at me. He said, Mr. Humphrey, he says, prison doesn't have to be your life. He says, you can get out of here. You can do great things. He started to walk away, and before he walked out of my cell, he turned around one last time. He says, Mr. Humphrey? I said, yes, sir. He says, I believe in you. He walked out of my cell. And if he had continued to stand there, he would have seen the tears running down my face because no one had ever said that to me. But I remember thinking to myself, I'm going to make some changes, and I'm going to change my life. And a little over 4 years after the day I originally collapsed and fell to the floor, I walked out of that prison on the road. That was over 18 years ago. I've never been back other than to mentor and help other people. But here's what I know. I know that when you've had a rough life, when you feel unwanted, I know that when you have hopes and dreams and when you have things that you can look forward to, and when you have people in place that support you and push you, I know that gives you a reason to live. It is a great day to be alive. And that's something that I haven't always said, but now it's something that I say to myself every single day at some point. If I'm having a great day or a bad day, that's something that I say. But what I also understand is that what my grandmother was thanking her higher power for each and every day was for the opportunity that she'd been given. And she never missed an opportunity to tell anyone that would listen, especially me, it's a great day to be alive.
It is a great day to be alive. Any complaints? I didn't think so. Good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine. 6:49 in the morning. And don't forget, it is Friday. So Friday, we got a special treat. All the things that you don't know. Okay. And you may have thought you knew them, but you don't know them. And I'm going to give you that sometime next hour. I'm going to give you that. Every Friday, we do the things that you don't know. And I imagine there's a plethora, a double plethora of things that we all don't know. But here, you get to find out some of the things that you actually don't know. Okay. All right, then. Word of the day and lessons of life. Now, lessons of life are the things you learn by living. You can't hear about them and learn them. Can't hear what somebody else heard. You got to experience these things. Wisdom comes by time and experience. And there are just some things you won't ever figure out until you get there. But right now, the word of the day. This is my attempt to help you guys extend your vocabulary, how to tell your boss where to put it, and he will shake your hand for telling him, because he won't have a clue what you are saying. Okay, he won't know. He won't know. So I'm telling you a good way to get back at him and make him shake your hand for doing it. Okay. So today's word of the day. Now this is an interesting word right here because all of us should have this title. Okay. Pedagogue. Okay, what is a pedagogue? Well, a pedagogue, that's right, Pedagogue. I'll spell that one more time. Pedagogue. It means it is someone who educates young people. So all of us, actually, at some point in our lives, will be one of these, a pedagogue. Okay, we all should educate young people. Now, the part about when I looked this up, I don't know if it is specifically somebody who teaches in school or educate, but we all educate young folks. Okay, I'm just telling you, we all do. All right, so pedagogue, someone who educates young people. Now, today's lesson of life, LOL, not laughing out loud, LOL, lesson of life. Today's lesson of life is something that we all have to learn, and it only comes with wisdom. It is. It only comes with wisdom. Lord knows, first sergeant used to get in my case all the time by having a big mouth. My son tells me I talk too much. Which reminds me, today is Zarel's 17th birthday. He almost grown. Yes, 17th birthday. I'll get him the birthday song in a little while here. But anyway, let me see here now. Okay. What is the lesson of life? Now, this is a good one. If you pay attention to this one, you will find wisdom and a little sanity in this. But you'll also find maybe some sacrifice. Okay? Sometimes, just because you can say a thing doesn't mean that you should. But more importantly than that, and you need the wisdom. You need to have the wisdom to say a thing when nobody else will. That takes wisdom. So sometimes just because you can say it doesn't mean that you should. And then you need to have the correct wisdom to say it when nobody else will. I'll leave that up to you. But that is the lesson of life for today. I'll get you one more time just in case you forget it. Sometimes just because you can say it doesn't mean that you should. I get in trouble with that all the time. And then you need to have the wisdom to say it when nobody else will. I'll let you figure that out as you go along. Okay, but it does take a little wisdom sometimes. Things that happened on this day. On this day in 1904, Chile and Bolivia signed a treaty of peace and friendship, delimiting the border between the two countries. 1935, the Long March, a mammoth retreat undertaken by the armed forces of the Chinese Communist Party, a year. That's right, they marched for a year. In 1941, World War II, thousands of civilians, German-occupied Serbia was murdered in a I can't even pronounce the name, but it's a massacre. Shame, shame, shame. 1941, World War II, the Soviet Red Army and Yugoslav partisans liberate Belgrade. 1944 was the year, an American general, Douglas MacArthur, fulfills his promise to return to the Philippines, and when he comes ashore during the Battle of Leyte. 1947 was the year, I wasn't here yet, but I heard about it. Cold War, the House on Un-American Activities Committee begins its investigation into communist infiltration in the Hollywood film industry. They ain't gone. They're still there, resulting in the blacklist that prevents some from working in the industry for years. In 1951, the Johnny Bright incident occurs during a football game between Drake Bulldogs and Oklahoma A&M Aggies. Don't know what it was, but I'm pretty sure it was interesting. 1952, a couple years before I showed up on the scene, the governor of Kenya, Evelyn Baring, declared a state of emergency and begins arresting hundreds of suspected leaders of the Mau Mau uprising. 1961, the Soviet Navy performs a first armed test of a submarine-launched ballistic missile, launching the R-13 from the Gulf-class submarine. 1962, China launches a simultaneous offensive in Ladakh and across the McMahon Line, igniting the Sino-Indian War. I know you didn't know. 1973, Watergate scandal, Saturday Night Massacre. United States President Richard Nixon fires U.S. Attorney General Elliot Richardson and Deputy Attorney General William Ruckelshaus after they refused to fire Special Prosecutor Archibald Cox, who is finally fired by the Solicitor General Robert Bork. The year was 1973. The Sydney Opera House is opened by Elizabeth II after 14 years of construction. Got to go there. Anything took 14 years to come up with, I need to look at it. 1976, the lonely Dresden ferry was struck by Norwegian freighter SS Frosta while crossing the Mississippi River in the St. Charles Parish in Louisiana. 78 passengers and crew died, and only 18 people aboard the ferry survived. 1977, a plane carrying rock band leader Leonard Skinner dies in Woodland in Mississippi, United States. 6 people, including 3 band members, were killed. 1981, 2 police officers and a Brinks armored car guard are killed during an armed robbery carried out by the members of the BLA, the Black Liberation Army, and Weather Underground, in Nanuet, New York. 1982 was the year during the UEFA Cup between Moscow and Haarlem. People are crushed to death in the Luniki disaster. Never heard of it, but it happened. 1986, Aeroflot Flight 6502 crashes while landing in the airport in Russia. Now, since we're trying to crucify the name here, I'll figure that out later on. 1991, a 6.8 Richter scale earthquake strikes the Uttarkashi region of India, killing more than 1,000 people. 1991, a massive firestorm out in the hills of Oakland and Berkeley, California, killing 25 people. And 2003, the Sloan Great Wall, once the largest comet structure known to humanity, is discovered by students at Princeton University. Well, Princeton University, I'll be good for something, so we'll go along with that. All right, is that it? I got some more things, but I don't have time to give them anyway. So we'll come back with some more things. All right. So don't y'all go in. I got one more. Can I get one more? One more? Okay. Don't have one. Okay, 2017, the Syrian Civil War. The Syrian Democratic Forces, otherwise known as the SDF, declared victory in the Raqqa campaign. And that's it for the time being. We'll come back and tell you the things that we're celebrating this day in America or around the world, not just in America, but around the world. Okay? But look, hey, it's an interesting thing to celebrate today. What's your point? I got a little more time left. I forgot my computer ain't working the way it's supposed to right now. Okay, so we'll get now I've got time to tell another one more. In 2022, Liz Truss steps down as the British Prime Minister and leader of the Conservative Party amid the country's political crisis, serving for 49 days before serving for the least time of any British Prime Minister, and of course was 49 days. That's good. What we celebrating today? Well, we're celebrating Hawkeye's Bay Anniversary Day. Don't know what that is, but we're celebrating. Put away, what else? October the 20th, Information Overload Day. Information Overload Day. Some of us got a lot of that stuff going on. Miss American Rose Day. Treat yourself to a delicacy of treat roses to Miss American Rose Day. National Branded Fruit Day. Whatever that means, I don't have a clue. I'll figure it out when we come back. We'll be back.
Presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres visited the Egypt-Gaza border this morning, where trucks filled with food, water, and fuel could finally begin making their way into Rafah today.
I have appealed for a humanitarian ceasefire. Not that I consider that humanitarian ceasefire is a precondition for humanitarian delivery.
Aid has been held up for days as Israel continues airstrikes on Gaza, including on areas deemed safe havens for Palestinians. President Biden pleaded for U.S. help for Israel and Ukraine in a speech from the Oval Office last night. Correspondent Ed O'Keefe is at the White House.
Hamas and Putin represent different threats, but they share this in common. They both want to completely annihilate a neighboring democracy.
Mr. Biden is set to ask Congress today for roughly $100 billion in emergency spending over the next year. It includes $60 billion to support Ukraine, around $14 billion for Israel, and the rest would support Indo-Pacific countries, including Taiwan against Chinese aggression, plus billions more for U.S. border security and disaster relief.
It's a small investment that's going to pay dividends for American security for generations.
No new U.S. foreign aid can be approved until the House of Representatives elects a new speaker. They're expected to try for a third time today. Congressman Jim Jordan, a Trump ally, isn't giving up despite dwindling support. Nicole Killian from Capitol Hill.
The Ohio Republican huddled with holdouts after losing two back-to-back votes this week, but several appeared unmoved.
We're going to have to move forward, and we can't keep the country shut down.
U.S. soldier Travis King, who bolted across the border into North Korea 3 months ago, has been hit with serious charges. They include desertion, assault, and possession of child pornography. CBS's Jennifer Kuiper. King's mother, Claudine Gates, says she loves her son unconditionally, is extremely concerned about his mental health, and she looks forward to him having his day in court. If he's convicted of desertion, King could face up to 3 years in prison. A federal judge in San Diego has overturned California's 3-decade-old ban on assault weapons. Judge Roger Benitez ruling there's no equivalent in early American history, so that ban is unconstitutional. He says modern semi-automatics and AR-15s aren't just used for mass shootings, they're also used for self-defense by millions of law-abiding citizens. Baseball's American League Championship Series tied up at 2. Astros beat the Rangers 10-3 on Fox. The D-backs won Game 3 of the NLCS 2-1 against the Phillies for Arizona's first series game win since 2001. This is
You need to hire? Indeed is with you every step of the way, helping you attract, interview, and hire all in one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Delicious window washing business with future plates. They need more certified cleaners to keep online reviews crystal clear. Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates, and you can schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from the Indeed dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 as your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
You can live out your MasterChef dream. When you find a professional on Indeed to tackle your dream kitchen remodel. Connect with skilled professionals to get all your home projects done well, inside to outside, repairs to renovation. Get started on the Angie app. or visit Angie.com today. You can do this when you Angie that.
Have a toy train buff in your house? There's something you should know about.
Here comes Thomas!
Fisher Price is recalling about 21,000 Thomas and Friends train car toys due to a choking hazard. U.S. regulators say there's a small plastic piece with a strong magnet inside that can come apart and choke a child if it's swallowed. The magnets are part of several toys, including the Troublesome Truck and Crates collection, and Thomas and Friends Wooden Railway Troublesome Truck and Paint. No injuries have been reported, but the toys are sold at hundreds of stores across the U.S. and Canada. Monica Brooks, CBS News. A hot new weight loss drug that won't be available for years is already doing booming business online. The Wall Street Journal says Chinese sellers are shipping retatrutide directly to U.S. consumers who can't get a hold of wildly popular injectables like Ozempic and Wegovy. Hundreds of merchants have been marketing the product on social media. CBS News.
Yes, obviously chicken, chicken parmesan, wild rice and mushroom, and don't forget the spaghetti casserole. And sorry to interrupt. Just walking by and heard you talking about Chinese deli casserole. Oh yes.
Chappie's Deli, Baptist South Tower, Perry Hill, Pepper Creek, and Auburn.
It's the Dan Orange Business Show, weekday from 11 to 2.
Okay, the one thing I'm not going to do is get a car that drives itself. I don't play that. Okay. I got a hard time driving the car myself. Now, why do I want to let the car drive itself? Really? You got to be an idiot to do that. So you're going to go down the highway, fall asleep in your car. Well, who's going to tell the car to turn? Seriously, who's going to tell the car to turn left and turn right or something? I mean, really, not me. I like technology. I don't like it that much. Okay, I'm not letting the car drive itself. We ain't gonna play that. And I'm not getting the electric car either. We can't even keep the lights on when a storm comes through town. And you think that I'm gonna put my car and my house in the hands of Alabama Power? I'm gonna be crazy. Just saying. Then and if you think the electric bill, they went up 3 times this year. Now, do you believe that once we put cars on the grid, that somehow your electric bill is going to stay the same? And then, you know what's going to happen sooner or later? What's going to happen? Sooner or later, it's going to be mandated by the government that everybody, if I'm going down the road and my car's out of electricity, I get to stop at your house and plug it up. So every house will essentially become a gas station. And people just be pulling up in your front yard, yo, can I get some electricity? Okay. And say, well, you gonna help pay this electricity bill? I don't think so. But it's coming. We headed towards socialism anyway. What's coming? Although not, don't get me wrong now. There's some good things about socialism. I like Social Security. All right. I'm ready to go. Before I go, I got a story. I want to put you in the right frame of mind. This is a story from a family around here that wants to send this story to me. So I thought this is really neat. This is really, really nice. And there are a lot of lessons. There are a lot of lessons in this story right quick. I'm not sure who the man was or who he is. I'm sure he just wanted to eat his meal in peace. But Brecken, which is her son, had other plans. So we took all 6 of our kids to a local restaurant, and all Brecken wanted to do was eat with a man that was sitting at the table by himself. He was continuously crying, and I got up to take him to the car. This man asked to get him, so Brecken instantly stopped crying and sat down and ate chips and salsa and had a conversation with the man until he was ready to go. Brecken was completely content and told him bye like he has known him his whole life. It's the small things in life. So if you know him, please tell him again, I say thank you. He didn't have to do what he did, but completely made Brecken's whole day. And they finally found out what his name was. It was Darius West. And it's just one of those stories that sometimes we live in a world where kids, I finally figured out with my 2 boys, kids see things differently than we do. So we might want to, I'm not making, it's not mandatory, but we might want to every once in a while just sort of look at a kid and smile at them, and if you want something, hey, answer his questions for him. Okay? We don't know why they do the things they do. They may be little angels. I don't know. I'm just saying, sometimes you can pay attention to your child something. Yeah. Not all the time. Sometimes. I'm going to phone like this. Good morning, who's this? I got to get How do you know what the parents? Wait a minute. How do you know what the parents are telling their kids? That don't mean the parents ain't telling them. That just means that there are a lot of parents who wait a minute. There are a lot of parents who told their kids the right thing, and the kids end up in jail anyway. Yeah. Forgot that this morning. I'm here. That's what you're saying. Okay. Well, common sense ain't so common anymore. The common sense is not common anymore. Yeah, I'm speaking for the world. Yeah. Well, now you can now you have purview over what you say, but you certainly don't have purview over what other people say. Did I just get done telling you that common sense is not so common anymore? We live in a world where people actually believe that men can become women. Common sense is not so common anymore. Yeah. Okay, and again, common sense is not so common anymore. So, but anyway, it's always good to talk to you. Thank you very much. All righty then. Good morning on there. Yes. Okay. I don't know. I'm not an electrical engineer or anything like that. I don't know if cars because if cars could charge themselves, then we would have to put all these battery places in some of the big car places. Yeah, not like Costco and Walmart and things like that. So I don't know if they can charge themselves or not. And what's the engine that charges them? Unless your car's got a solar panel on it. Okay. 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 Mm-hmm. Right. Why don't the engineers whose job it is to figure out problems and come up with solutions, why don't they figure out a solution to that problem? And I understand, but you're an engineer, which means that your job is to find solutions to problems. Okay. So whining about is not going to create an environment which engineers. My son was always telling me he wants to be an engineer. I mean, listen, I would like to somehow, get him. I mean, I don't. I've never been an engineer. You're never stop discrimination. You're never going to stop it. It's always look. I know, but as long as they're human beings, somebody's going to always discriminate against you. I mean, it's just, yeah. Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, well, I put it this way: that whoever took the billions of dollars didn't steal anything from me. So they stole it from another figure. I don't have any money, but they didn't steal anything from me. It's not. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I hear you. All right. I'm good. All right. Appreciate it. Thanks. Don't forget the things you didn't know. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning. Exactly true. Except, wait a minute. There's one pass that gets you in. There's one thing that if you have it in your hand, you will get inside the Montgomery country. Mhm. I'm just saying, Woo! Yeah, yeah, we get in it. Yeah, that's socialism I like. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Ukraine. Yeah. Wait a minute. All we got to do is print some more. Print some more. That's the plan, brother. That's the plan. Because to tell you the truth, and here's the problem. Ever since we've been off the gold standard, all we have been doing is printing money. We have nothing to back it except the taxpayers of the United States of America. And lately, it seems that we don't have a hell of a lot of money to give anymore. So we just print money. Hmm. Hmm. That's true, but then we just print some more, like we've been doing. That's all. At some point, but I'm so broke, I won't notice. Yeah, right. That's true. Listen, AI will come up with something. Yeah, yeah, AI. Yeah. We're gonna do. We do. Yeah, AI is gonna come up with some artificial intelligence. Although I've been familiar with artificial intelligence for a long time. Yeah, I see it every day. But anyway, we'll be back right after this. A little TP for you this morning, 7:23 in the morning. Actually, it's 7:24 in the morning. Robert Charles Tubman always gives us. That's why most people listen to it. 7:24 and 9 seconds past the hour. We'll be back. Okay, so I'm stuck in the 70s with the music. Sorry about that. I thought the music was good. I don't know what we got now. Has there been a good song put out since 19? Wait, somebody. Actually, Donald gave me a song yesterday. Some guy called. I forgot that song. That was good music. Yeah, I'm just. See, this is why I never get speeding tickets. Because you cannot get a speeding ticket when you listen to the Spinners, Luther Vandross, and the OJ in your car. You just want to chill, turn on the AC or the heat, depending on what time of year it is. You don't get tickets if you listen to 1970 music. You just don't do it. Unless you listen to rock, then that's a whole different story. Anyway, good morning to you. I know it's 860-1440. I got so many things to talk about that. I just don't know what to do. Let me go to the phone. Good morning. Thank you, Hope. Do you listen to the 1970 music? Okay. Amen. That's right. Exactly. And you don't get tickets. You don't get tickets. You don't want to get out the car and slap somebody for cutting you off. You say, well, that's just a little bit more time to listen to the OJ. Exactly. That's where I'm at today. Yeah, that's it. Yes, sir. I know what you mean. Me too. Mm. But let me ask you a question though. If you send the money, historically, it's sooner or later it's going to be upon us to send people. Well, we ain't got a whole lot of people to send. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I don't understand why why the Republicans cannot get a speaker at the House. You don't have to like the guy. Just put somebody there so you can do the people's work. At least some people's work, because I'm too broke, they don't pay me no attention. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, yeah, I'm with you. Yeah. Well, I think that I think the Republicans are sort of getting off track here philosophically because it's becoming too personal. We just it's kind of like you and me. Do we get to choose our company commander, our brigade commander, our brigade? No. But our job is to make sure we continue the mission, get the mission done. And right now, they're not getting the mission done. Exactly. Right. But you, right. But you also know, right. But you also know if you and I end up in a phone booth, somebody's gonna get buckled. Yeah, 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 yeah. We respected each other. That's true. That's what we did. Yeah, yeah. But it's like I say, the philosophy can be correct, but the philosophers can be all wrong. So, it ain't. It's implementation. It's implementation. Yeah. Well, now, wait a minute now. But now let's be fair. We got folks in the halls of Congress who are anti-American. I mean, thank you. Right. Yeah. And we put them in Congress. Yeah, go right ahead. Yeah. Wait a minute. Yeah, he's looking for military equipment. Right, right. Well, maybe getting it for his wife, a girlfriend or something. Yeah, me too. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Well, it ain't so wacko anymore. I'm just telling you. Okay. Appreciate it. Yeah. I mean, 40 years ago, you told me that men would be in women's sports and playing the women, and the women would allow this. And I'm putting this on the women. I don't care what college or university you go to or what high school. I'm putting this on you guys. You know, female and male. Listen, whatever. And this is why I'm so opposed to it. This is what hurts me so bad. And this is why I can't. If we cannot agree as human beings on the creation of God Almighty, of male and female, if we cannot agree on that, one of the most basic, fundamental things that applies to the human species and the plant species too. If we cannot, if somehow we are indoctrinated to believe that a man can be a woman and a woman can be a man. Not that they can think there, that's cool. That's good. But last week I heard some serious professor say that a man can have a baby. Not if they're born a man, they can. But again, if we cannot agree on some basic biological facts, then the rest of the things we teach in school is absolutely irrelevant. If we cannot agree on simplicity of the simple knowledge that a male is a male and a female is a female. Because if you, in fact, it's like when the mayor a couple years ago, or whenever he did this, put up the non-discrimination ordinance. Okay? In that ordinance, it pretty much said, well, whatever you think you are, you can be that. So I did put it to the test. I went down to the city hall and the guard asked me where I was going. I actually told the guard I'm going to my office. He said, where's your office at? I said, I'm the mayor. Because I think I'm the mayor. And so, therefore, I am what I think I am. You know what they told me? Get the hell out of here. Okay? So even they understood stupidity. Okay? So if we can't agree on the basic fundamental premise that there's a male and a female, then everything that we know about our lives, about the universe, about logic and reason, everything we know comes into question. Everything. Is there a God? Is there, and is that the same God that made all of us? But everything we know, if we can agree on the basic fundamental things, okay, of male and female, then nothing else matters. We are stupid as a brick laying on the sidewalk. So that's why it hurts me so bad. Now, if you tell me that you feel as though that's what you are, I'm good. Because your brain is your brain and you get to feel it as you are. But when you tell me concretely without a doubt that you are a female and I know you're a male, we've got people losing their jobs today or getting counseling statements because now we got pronouns. Now we got he, she, him, them, and us. Okay. And if you don't use a person's pronoun, they can have you written up by HR. That's right. That's how stupid we become in America. And it all started with this thing. And that story. Let's take another call, then I'll come back with a nice story when we after this next break. Good morning. Yeah. Yeah, done. Yeah, you got 3 minutes. What's your 3 minutes? Okay, outstanding. Listen, I think that's good stuff. I'll have to catch up with him in a short though. Okay, here's the story. I'm trying to do something. Bring up this one. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning. Oh, pretty good. Can't complain. That's good. Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't. I don't. Let me tell you why. The city provides a place for you to bring your stuff on the weekends, all these schools and stuff like that. If you want the city to come pick your stuff up and you get the convenience to put it outside your house on the public street, I think you ought to be charged. Yeah. Well, they're doing that. They're doing that already. They're doing that already. Oh no, they said up to 108. Right. But when we put that camera, right. But when we put all these, when we put all these, wait a minute. Yeah. Yeah. Listen. Right. When we put these cameras in all these vacant lots and stuff, and we watch you dump your stuff, then we're gonna, yeah, yeah, we still going. Yeah. We, yeah, go ahead. If the camera's over there, wait a minute. If the camera's over there, all they can do is send the police there. And that's what they do. Ain't no big deal. But they're so used to people getting shot, you know. So they're so used to people getting shot. Yeah. But well, if they do it once, they'll do it again. Yeah. But if they do it once, they'll do it again. They'll do it again, and we just watch it. We get it. We get it. Yeah. We will get them. Yeah, my brother. Yeah, my brother. Yeah, my brother. Well, again, yeah, yeah. do that. There's some things that are more important than others. No, I ain't gonna do it. I refuse to buy an electric car. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It probably will. Listen, all we got to do is put a couple of them in jail. All we got to do is put a couple of them in jail for a few weeks, and we'll be all right. But again, see now, well, see that chief then must think that he worked for himself. He worked for us. Just see. Yeah, well, whoever it is, the mayor forget. Yeah, the mayor figured he thinking he worked for himself. They work for us. We want them to do it. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, I could just tell you. I can tell. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Mm. All right. All right. Appreciate it. Now take a break. We'll be back at the 7:46 in the morning right here on News Radio 1440. I'm such a great time.
Has everything from Highway 80 that's a lot of law from the Skywatch traffic. Radio is the only that it provides local consumer interactions with emotional connections that build trust and credibility for your business. Radio is unspeakable. You get your message out in 24 to 48 hours, and radio is very important. That's why radio consistently gives the highest return on investment and it's large only be your base media. Research also confirms that marketing campaigns generate even higher returns from levels in 50 years. That's why TV offers a variety of effective digital solutions to become your base business. At Community, we are your one-stop shop to deliver a coordinated radio and digital campaigns that will get your Hi, I'm Sonia too. And it's my job to bring your business first. News Radio 1440. To learn more about how to get started, go to newsradio1440.com and click on Grow Your Business.
With Bath Innovations Design Services, you can customize every detail of your bathroom remodel. Whether you're replacing bathtub or converting to a shower, Bath Innovations has thousands of options. So run your style and design the bathroom of your dreams. Contact us today at bathinnovations.com.
You see miracles all the time at our children's hospital. But miracles never come easy. That's why, as great as children's hospitals are, they need our support to keep miracles happening. With your money, where the miracles are. Support your children's miracle network. I got smart about mortgages. Now it's my house I go home to.
What about credit cards? Now people across it have a whole new meaning. When it comes to your money, whatever you want to get smart about, you can find it at smartaboutmoney.org. Smartaboutmoney.org is a free high-end resource for money for financial education. We're an independent nonprofit foundation dedicated to helping people get you get sound information about money. Smartaboutmoney.org.
All right, then.
It's an easy place to start if you want to get smart.
Hi, I'm Dr. Lana, a Fit for Kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. Getting ready for a busy time. An important decision is how you feed your baby. Breastfeeding will give your baby the best start in life. Breast milk is easy to digest and it has all the nutrients your baby needs. Breast milk protects babies from diseases and infections, and it prevents physical contact creates infection bond. If you have questions about breastfeeding, talk with your pediatrician at healthychildren.org.
He's the voice of the conservative millennial. Ben Shapiro. The Ben Shapiro Show. Tonight at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440. And
Okay, so this is I dedicate to my last child I'm ever going to have. Zarel Lamaster. No, Zarel Jonathan. Got him and Emmanuel mixed up. They remind me of each other. Anyway, Zarel Jonathan Elkins, a proud alumnus of Lee High School that changed something else. Although he's always complaining to me about school, but hey, happy birthday! 17 today. Yeah. So the cosmos will know that it's his birthday. Because when these words leave my mouth and go through the terrestrial atmosphere, through the devices by which we have to disseminate information, that's right. Everybody up there in Mars and everybody's going to know it's his birthday right now. Okay, I just want to let you know that. Good morning, Z. Happy birthday. "17. Wow. Ooh, I remember those years. Still trying to get over them. I gotta get one more happy birthday. Come on now, let's get it. All righty then. Oh yeah, happy birthday to my last child is ever going to be produced by me. So it's a great day to be alive. Let's go back, folks. Good morning. Thank you for holding. That's you. Turn that. Yeah. Turn your thing now. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But it takes just as much energy to take it over there as it does to take it to the place on Saturday that their schools and give it to them. Mm-hmm. Well, let me ask you, can't you take the on the weekends? Can't you go to the school and take whatever you got? I think I think the word is out that the city, if they get it, they're gonna charge you. I think you gotta call them first, though. They're just not gonna pick it up. You gotta call them. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, okay. Right. Okay, well, good. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. But all right. But that tells you something. The people who live in those communities, the people who live in these communities got to be the ones who raise hell about it, like they do in Bond Lake and Bond Road and the places out there. Sturbridge. I don't see junk out there when I run out there. Yeah. That's good. Hey, appreciate it. Let me take one more call right. Oh, well, oh, good morning. Who's this? Wait. Now, if I let you call back, I gotta all right, what you got? All right. All righty then. Well, one more story that happened recently that I and look when I come back, I'm gonna tell you things that you don't know and you thought you knew but you don't know. So this person wrote me a note said while I was waiting for my prescription in Walgreens, I noticed a man is picking up his medicine, is asking how much they are, and starting to get very nervous about the price. The total is $160. So the pharmacist is looking at the man, knowing that he doesn't have enough money. The pharmacist asked if he would rather only get 1 month of his medication instead of three. Well, the lady next to him he said no, he's getting all three and pays for his bill. And the lady said, I walked out of there with tears in my eyes to think that somebody would do that for somebody. And I have to tell you, we get tough on the human species sometimes, but there are many people on multiple occasions each day that do random acts of kindness that you never hear about. So I'm just saying, maybe we're not going to say. And so today is your day. Do a random act of kindness for somebody. Okay, it won't hurt you. It really won't. And don't forget today is well anyway, I gotta go. But we'll be back in one more hour. One more hour of this thing we call decisions. We'll be back.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Days after President Biden's visit to Israel, humanitarian aid could finally begin flowing into Gaza from Egypt, where tens of thousands of Palestinians are in need of food, water, and fuel. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres visited the border in Rafah today.
These trucks are not just trucks. They are a lifeline. They are the difference between life and death for so many people in Gaza.
Israel bombarded the Gaza Strip early this morning, hitting areas where Palestinians have been told to seek safety. Israel began evacuating a town near the border with Lebanon, which could be caught in crossfire with jihadists. Correspondent Ian Lee is in Tel Aviv.
Hezbollah would make Gaza look like a sideshow. They have more sophisticated weapons, more missiles, more rockets. They have the battle hardened from fighting in Syria, but they are a real formidable foe, and that's what Israel is doing to prepare for that.
Last night, President Biden urged Congress to approve new aid for Israel and Ukraine, but it won't be possible until Republicans approve a new House Speaker. That was the third vote today. Jim Jordan isn't giving up hope despite dwindling support.
There's been multiple rounds of votes for Speaker before. I just know that we need to get Speaker as soon as possible, so we need to work with America.
If you go to the pharmacy today to look for cold medicine, you might not find what you're looking for.
CBS Health will no longer sell cough and cough medications containing phenylephrine. An FDA advisory committee recently concluded oral phenylephrine does little to relieve congestion. There are nearly $2 billion in annual sales in the U.S. for decongestants with the improvement. From Christine, CBS News.
When it comes to milk for toddlers, the American Academy of Pediatrics says you can't eat the real thing. The group has issued a warning powdered drinking is promoted as toddler milks for kids up to 3 is unregulated, unnecessary, nutritionally incomplete, and filled with sugar and salt. Oscar-winning director Martin Scorsese is promoting his movie debuting today, Moon. Killers of the Flower Moon with Robert De Niro and Leonardo DiCaprio tells the true story of the murders of members of the Osage Native American tribe in the early 1920s. Running time, 3 hours and 26 minutes. Scorsese explains to CBS Mornings
In the case of Moon, we knew this would be a bigger picture, and I thought that we could take a chance. Why not give you this stuff? Movie, cinema, whatever you want to call it, that you get to feel.
Hudson PG 14. This is CBS News.
If you do the hire, who do we do? Because Indeed all-in-one hiring solution helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit. If you have like before, the IRS, this is important news. The IRS roll out I help taxpayers more easily resolve it's called the Taxpayer Initiative. It opens up a new opportunity to back to the IRS and no promotion programs for professions and others actually. America's most public tax resolution companies, they stop the $1 billion in taxes for their clients. Let the expertise and experience to help you. What is called optimal construction process. Helping to put video worries of garnishment, accuracy, and other progressive IRS practices. Make today any of you first start with the IRS. All the now.
Billboard is out with the top 500 pop songs of all time.
CBS
News.
Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris Martin have their conscious uncoupling. Now Will Smith is giving his relationship with his wife Jada Pinkett Smith its own turn. In a surprise appearance after Dave's talk at a library in her hometown of Baltimore, Will called her book and comments she's made about it a sloppy public experiment in unconditional love. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Sean Hannity. On Sunday, but still a nice time.
Okay, we're back. I don't have enough time today to get it all in. But I got to take my Friday feature, the things you don't know. That's coming up after this call right here. Good morning. Who's this? Yeah, I heard that my whole life. I said somebody sent me a letter, not me. No, I didn't say. I said no. I said I got a note from somebody. No, saying that, not me. Okay. Well, again, but again, I don't think anybody does, but I do believe sometimes I think it's quite lackadaisical of people to wait 25. Well, I don't know, but again, I don't think we should burden our trash people with picking up the junk that's been in. I never, but not for refrigerators, couch, not for refrigerators and couches and things like that. That's not normal garbage. Exactly. So what are we crying about? What are we whining about? They whining about it, not me. Yeah, I think you ought to charge them. Well, then what's the problem? What me? Somebody called about it, not me. Said he didn't think the fact that they ought to get. Well, I guess he's trying to get the. Yeah. Mhm. If it's official duty, why not? He's still the mayor. He's still the mayor. I know, but it's above my pay grade. I don't care. Hey. Kissing butt is an art. Not yet. I'm working on it. So I haven't asked anybody to do anything for me. I don't know. Maybe I should kiss his butt and get him to come here too. I don't know. Not yet, but I'm thinking. It takes a minute to get the word out. It takes a minute to get the word out. You keep, this really wasn't for the folks who live in my. Okay, so well, let me ask you something. What's your plan to revitalize Montgomery? What's your point? I know, but just tell me what would you do? Yeah, yeah, that's true. But the city doesn't have anything to do with the school. Yeah, but the city has nothing to do with the schools now. Right, right. Okay. But the city, eh, right? But again, though, the city has nothing to do with schools. The city has nothing. I don't care what he ran on. The city has nothing to do with schools. Hey, I own a kid's butt that can do something for me. I know. I better stop tucking it up there. Hey, it's always good to see you. I'll hear from you too. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning. Oh, they have? Okay. We don't live in Florida though. We don't care what goes on over there. We don't care what goes. Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Right. All right, then. Appreciate it. How you doing anyway? Okay, that's good. All right. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Well, I still got to get to my feature. Things you don't know. I'll get to that in a little bit. When people stop calling. Good morning on there. Yeah. Right. It doesn't have to be a certain. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Okay. All right. Appreciate it. Let's take a break and we'll come back with things you thought you knew, but you don't. Okay? 'Cause, you know, yeah, you're smart when AI starts asking me questions. Okay? I was on the computer the other day trying to come up with a proposal, and I went to the chat box and and asking AI some questions. Not that I didn't already know the answer. I just needed some validation to verify my conclusion. So as I sat there and doing the chat box, talking back to the machine, The machine asked me, "Can I ask you a question?" Then right then I knew that it was on. Okay, so AI is now asking me questions. I mean, how brilliant must you be to have a machine ask you a question? I'm just saying, you know, hey, I'm not bragging. Okay, I'm trying to be humble. It's tough being as smart as I am, and I mean, it's tough. Sometimes I have to do miraculous things to hide my intelligence. Okay, some people say I'm doing a pretty good job. What do you think?
Very early this morning. Otherwise, maybe some shop but turns out to be like social. And I got I was a little bit smaller, but still Montgomery's Drive-Off traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive, family driven on News Radio 1440. In 1995, veteran police officer Michael Chappell was convicted of armed robbery and murder, and he spent the past 30 years in prison. The True Crime podcast, In the Land of Lies, explores the untold side of this story, one that could prove Michael Chappell is actually innocent. See why people are calling In the Land of Lies incredible, phenomenal, and a must-hear podcast. Binge the entire series now. Big Entertainment presents In the Land of Lies, with the podcast wherever you listen.
At Civil State, home security method with sensitive cameras, having lifeguard protection, monitoring agents and speaking to the indoor contact to help identify in real time for protect you. Now get 45% off the new system. Flash Radio, Advancing Security's 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There is no safe like Simply Safe. It's the free app. Just search for you. What are you having? Non-insurance.
That's what our men I'm curious. That go beyond tonight. benefits like zero diabetes or long weight loss. When it comes to
And they realized that there were some bigger companies that were overcharging a lot of folks. They saw it for their sales and they said, you know what, we can do this and we can do it for a reasonable price. Whatever the plumbing issue is.
Okay, all my computers are giving me the blues today, but I'll have this fixed next week. I can. Wonder who's this? Yeah, I guess it is now. So. You know, I don't know why this city would not enjoy that. That's a lot of. I mean, it'll help everybody. It'll stop people from buying so much sugar. They won't get diabetes, and the city will get a lot of extra money. Yeah. Right. You know, I forgot. Sometimes I don't use the influence that I have, but I need to start getting on that. Yeah. It is. It is. Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. And what the caller was talking about a couple of months ago, well, a month ago or so, I said, you know, we're always talking about we want people to eat healthy. But if you go to the store to buy something, you will find that the things that are healthy cost a hell of a lot more than the things that are not. It would seem to me that we need to put a sugar tax on stuff with excessive sugar in it, especially on sodas. Listen, now, bad as I like Coca-Cola, now, I wouldn't mind paying an extra quarter for a Coca-Cola. I wouldn't. I got you to have it. It's like crack. That's my crack. Okay, but I don't have to have it too bad. I'll cut down with it. So we saying, then why not put an extra? Okay, to be reasonable. Why not put an extra 10 cents on all snack food? That's 10 cents on it. Hey, you don't need it anyway. Okay, and we win-win. What will happen is that people hopefully will stop eating so much junk food, but even if they do eat more, that just means that we make more money. And we can get new garbage trucks, have more money for the roads, and that means people like giving us the bird on the way out. They do it all the time. They do it all the time. On the way out when they cross the bridge over there, we can get them too. They're gonna get a soda. They're gonna get a soda. They may bring their own lunch, but they're gonna get a soda from them. Yeah, we need to get them. We need to get them. Right now, I don't know if the city council can pass such a thing. Seems like to me they could. We could junk food tax. That's what I would do. Because we really don't need junk food. We just don't. Lord knows I don't need it. Then they're taking a pill every morning now because I drink so many stupid sodas. I mean, there was a time I drank 15 sodas a day. Way too many. Anyway, there's nobody out there that can be opposed to this. Because you don't pay the tax unless you buy this from the sugar crack. Unless you buy the sugar crack, you don't pay the tax for that rhyme. Okay? Is there anybody out there that sees anything wrong with this? We raise money, okay, extra money for the coffers. We help people's health because they're gonna pay. Where they used to buy 15 sodas, now they're probably gonna buy like maybe 10. Okay, I just think it's a great idea. I mean, sugar tax. I'm all for it. What say you? Good morning. Who's this? I don't know. Now let me ask you, do you drink soda? You don't drink? Okay, okay. But I don't. Mhm. Yeah. Sugar. Sugar. Fat? Well, what's wrong with fat? You gotta have fat. And it probably don't taste as good as Connecticut either. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's the name? What's the name? What's the name of that sauce you talking about? Big Daddy. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Well, we need to call him, get some advertising over here. Yeah. I don't know. He's at the east side. Right. Right. Well, listen. I just need to know where can I get some of this Big Daddy sauce? Oh, I gotta go way out in East Chase to get it. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Well, you can listen. You gotta pay. Hey, you gotta pay the cost to be the boss, though. Yeah. Maybe you ain't paying much money. Yeah. All right. All right. Appreciate it. I'm gonna try some of them. I got some connecting home refrigerator right now. Anyway, me and the cats. I give most of them to the cats because I never eat the whole thing. Because I just, they ought to sell small packages. Okay, not the great big old thing. Anyway, all right, moving right along. It is National Mammography Day. I guess that's a mammogram. I guess that's for women, who get their breasts checked to make sure they don't have any, any whatever, any lumps or anything like that. So it's National Mammography Day. So make sure women's, guys, if you happen to be inspecting, you know, the two things that belong to you or y'all, check it out. Make sure that they go ultimately you've done it. If you feel one, let her know she needs to go get someone get it checked. I'm just saying. You can kill two birds with one. You can check them out and check them out at the same time. Just help the little woman out, make sure that everything is smooth and good to go. Come on, who's this? Pretty good. I've heard that men get it too. I didn't realize that. Yeah. Well, I think she said we're supposed to get, wait, you tell the governor's $150? Well, there was no, so no, listen, they cut food tax 0.5%. And then I think they said they're gonna get, something like that. And basically, foods that have gone up in the last year, at least 10 to 20%, and they're gonna give you one half a percent, and as if they're doing you a favor. And at the end of the day, you still end up paying more for the food than you did to begin with. So it's a con. It's a con. If no tax on food is a lie, they always tax on food. Yeah, yeah. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Or OB, I said, oh, be on the lookout, BO, or be on the lookout, yeah, yeah, BOLO. Mm-hmm. Jewish, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm. All right, appreciate it. Good morning, who's this? Okay. Good morning, who's this? Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, those people are information for training. They're educating people for jobs that
will not even exist anymore because of your artificial intelligence. But nobody told them that. Nobody. You know, so anyway, but I think the simplest thing I heard was the fact that, you know, instead of privatizing Ukraine or a private company, the state of Alabama, vicariously or whatever through the retirement system, we're going to build it. And that means that we're going to be paying them the money goes back to the retirement system. If you look at this, I can think about it. So my question is, you're going to find somebody that can get in there and wait for planet to do this. And everybody looks at this area station and lives in this part of Alabama, they're probably about 87%. It's not in their best interest to do anything different. It's not about profit and loss, you know, accountability or sustainability. It's about people who can. And since we're the government, we don't even have to negotiate with the people who did it. We just do it ourselves. And we've been doing that for quite a while. It will never change. Nothing will change. You know, we have always like the other news. So let's do it at all of it. Until we decide that enough is enough. One group of people.
Okay. All righty then. Woo-hoo. Okay then. All right. Things that you do not know. Okay. These are just some things you do not know. Take a break, but we'll get on the other thing. But it took me a long time to figure all this stuff out last night. So things you do not know. Did you know it is impossible for any human being to lick their elbow? I know. Try it. Go ahead. Go try it. You can't do it. Okay. A crocodile cannot stick its tongue out. Why is that important? I don't know. A shrimp's heart is in its head. So the next time you eat a shrimp, remember that. And a dime has 118 ridges around the edge. So just in case you ever wonder how many were there, it's 118. Did you know that a snail can sleep for 3 years? All polar bears are left-handed. I know you didn't know that. I know you didn't. It is physically impossible for pigs to look up into the sky. Why they would be looking, I do not know. A hydra is an aquatic creature that is the only living creature that never dies. It regenerates, replacing its cell with fresh ones. Elephants are the only animal that can jump. Did you know that? No, you didn't. Coca-Cola was originally green because of fresh coca leaves. That's why we got addicted to them. That coca stuff. Strawberry is the only fruit with its seeds on the outside. All other vegetables must be replanted every year except 2 vegetables, asparagus and rhubarb. They can live to produce on their own for several growing seasons. And just in case you didn't know that, this is for the folks who like John Longshore has got to hang out at the country club. A golf ball. You ever notice? You ever wondered how many dimples were actually in the golf ball when you pick it up? You get all these things on it, right? 366 dimples on your golf ball. There's 318,979. There's 318,979,564,000 possible ways to play first 4 moves per side in chess. That's a lot of moving. Number 12, the bulletproof vest was actually invented by a pizza driver in Detroit. And you can understand why it came up in Detroit, because it was rough back in the day. After he was shot twice on the job. That's worse than being in the military. So the brother had to think about this. A brother had to come up with a bulletproof vest to deliver pizzas. I think I would quit the hell out of that job real quick. Boxing is the only sport. Let's get this right now. Boxing is the only sport in which neither the spectator nor the participant know the score or the winner until the contest ends. That's true. That would just guys pass each other enough money around and figure who they want to win. Each king in a deck of playing cards represents a great king in history. Spades, King David. Clubs, Alexander the Great. Hearts, Charlemagne, Diamond, and Julius Caesar. Okay then, in case you didn't know that. The most common name, guess what? The most common name in the world. Anybody know what it is? I'll come back to that question. The most common name in the world. Does anybody know what it is? You can text me, 241-9998. The most common name in the world. Or you can call me after my next break. I'll tell you what it is. The name of all the continents end with the same letter that they start with. Argentina, America. You got it. If a statue of a person in the park on a horse has both front legs in the air, the person died in battle. Number 18, if the horse has one front leg in the air, the person has died as a result of wounds received in battle. And if the horse has all four legs on the ground, the person died of natural causes. I know you didn't know that. I know. Mao Zedong in China never brushed his teeth in his lifetime. No wonder nobody wanted to come to a meeting. When Elizabeth I of Russia died in 1762, there were 15,000 dresses in her closet. Randy Gardner of San Diego is the longest person who has gone without sleep for 11 days in 1965. He broke the world record by Peter Tripp in New York, who had a record of 8.5 days without a wink. You know, you can actually die without sleep for 72 hours. It puts a strain on the brain and your body. Usually, right-handed people utilize the left side of their brain for all their conscious, voluntary activity. And that's why that is, I don't know. The strongest muscle in the body is what? Anybody know? The strongest muscle in the body is what? Your tongue. We cover that. Women blink nearly twice as much as men. And I got an answer for that one. Why that happened? I know why that is. You can't kill yourself by holding your breath. Okay. Also, like fingerprints, everybody's tongue print is different. If you sneeze too hard, you can fracture a rib. If you try to suppress a sneeze, you can actually rupture a blood vessel in your head or neck and die. Let the sneeze come out. Just let it go. Don't be trying to hold it in, okay? An average person eats about 60,000 pounds of food in their lifetime. I know you didn't know that. I know you didn't. An average person spent 24 years of his life sleeping. An average woman consumes 6 pounds of lipstick in her lifetime. Really? No wonder. 34. Meanwhile, talking on the phone for 8 hours will burn 914 calories. Driving a car for 8 hours will knock off about 1,200 calories, and standing in a casino for 8 hours will burn about 1,400 calories. So, here's a question. For the next time I say, why you want to go to the casino? Because I need to burn some calories and some of your money to go along with it. Yeah, one more, and then we'll take our last break an hour. The liquid inside young coconuts can be used as a substitute for blood plasma. We live in an amazing world. We live in an amazing world. It's funny about life, about nature. If you look far enough, you can find almost a cure for everything without having to make it. It just takes a while. One more thing, then we're going to go. You burn more calories sleeping than you do watching television. Okay, Well, I'll say the rest for next week. 'Cause I got plenty more. Oh, one more thing. Doctors have recommended that a toothbrush be kept at least 6 feet away from a toilet to avoid airborne particles resulting from the flush. And just, I got to cogitate on that one for a second. That's a lot of flushing for. Okay, okay, but I'm gonna pay the guy some attention. I'm gonna put those down. One more, then I gotta go to break. Did you know? Of course, you did not know this. If you knew this, I wouldn't be telling you. Did you know turtles can breathe through their butt? Hey, don't ask me. I didn't make them. We'll be back with the with our last part of the Friday edition of Decisions. Why do we call it Decisions? Because everything you do requires that you make one. And even if you decide not to make one, well, you just made it. We'll be back. All righty then. Hey, you know, there's about a month ago, before I get to anything, and I got to get more of this on Monday. About a month ago, there was an incident involving Mr. Boyd, William Boyd, and whereas he indicated to my audience that somebody came into his place, and when they left a precarious, suspicious package in his place, and I think they said it had some uh, it may have had, I'm not exactly sure if he said it had something in there or they suspected it had some drugs in it. And I'm wondering now. Mr. Boyd seems to think that this was something that was done by higher authorities in Montgomery, Alabama. I don't know, um, but it's something that we probably need to have a conversation about. And I'll see if I can get him to join us for a couple of minutes there, because we if what he feels is true, then that's scandalous. It is it is it is disheartening that we live in a place where, again, I'm only going by what Mr. Boyd said, that he feels as though there is someone in higher places that have somebody come to his place and try to insinuate or try to put false evidence in his business. And if that is true, and I assume he has a reason, I guess he's got access to information where he can prove this. I'm not sure, but if what he feels is true, then that's kind of scary. Okay, because if they can do it to one person, they can do it to somebody else. But I'm gonna let y'all know right now, I ain't never did drugs. So if I go to jail for drugs, somebody lying on me. I have never. I don't even know what marijuana looks like. I know what it smells like though. I know I got to try it one time. Can you go to jail for like having one rolled up thing? I can't even smell. I can't. I don't like the smell of it. But I'm gonna have me a beer one day. You know, I'm gonna have me a beer and a something to drink one of these days. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning. Who's this? That's you. How you doing? Oh, no, I'm not beating up on him. No, 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 no. He had mentioned something that somebody walked into his office and left a package that was not his package, and I think we think it has some drugs in it, and he thinks that somebody was trying to set him up. Mm-hmm. 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 I couldn't say. I don't know. Mhm. Yeah, we got some. I mean, he's concerned about it. I think I'll see if I can get him up here. next week and talk about it if he wants to. I hadn't heard anything about it for a while though, but I was just wondering what happened to it. Mm. Oh, it's fine. Today's his birthday, as a matter of fact. I know. Listen, I know. But I may, well, yeah, he's got upward, well, he's got upward bound tomorrow. So when he get off, we'll come back. Okay, okay, I just be busy. Yeah, okay, I do it. All right, bye-bye. No, don't do that. Don't do that. I think Colin's gonna do it. Okay, yeah. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, tell her I said hello. All right then. Well, I appreciate it. Okay. Thank you very much for the appreciation. Here, it's 8:57. Here are some amusing answers given to a classroom science or health question by third and fourth graders. And if you, well, okay, here's the question. Okay. How's it go? Let's see. Okay. H2O is hot water and CO is cold water. The fact is, H does not stand for hot or C for cold. Uh, it does on water faucets. Water is made up of two parts, say oxygen, and one, excuse me, two parts hydrogen and one part oxygen, which is H2O. The H stands for hydrogen and the O stands for oxygen. Now now they thought they spelled oxygen Oxygin. Yeah, that's the wrong kind of gin. But anyway, I just thought that was kind of cute. Good morning. Wait a minute. That's because it's true. Listen, first of all, I'm not going to argue with the science. With the science, they say that the tongue is stronger money in the muscle in the body. Well, again, I'm only going by what they say. Now, I'm not a professor. I don't know but people are smarter than I am, except for AI. Yeah, I can't believe my. I you lost me. Well, oh, I gotta go. Time's up. You'll be back. Okay. I just said what I just said. Oh.
Telling you like it really is. It's the Dan Bongino Show. Weekdays from
49-year-old in connection with the shooting of a gun outside his home last night. Court records indicate that 52-year-old Kevin Elkins had handled the suspect's case. Journalists said he was confronted about with other judges in Washington County as a precaution.
Another defeat for a prominent conspiracy theorist. A bankruptcy judge has ruled April Fool's host Alex Jones cannot use his personal bankruptcy to get out of paying at least $1.1 billion to families who sued him for spreading lies about the Vanderbilt school massacre in Connecticut. No music from the Rolling Stones. He issued a challenge to Keith Richards.
So, yeah, and you think my Valentine's you can all teach you the best you can make your pleasure.
56 points. With CBS News.
You need to hire, you need to give you every 60 days. I'll be you another candidate all in one place. You can do that now, better. And you can give yourself a reading. A very negative place for an existing building or from the form of time. Maybe an outdated news article or sensitive personal information about your team. Search engines, you can always get it wrong. So right or wrong, it's your reputation on the line. That's where reputation defender by Norton comes in. One of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. Reputation Defender has been fixing people's search results for over 15 years. Their cutting-edge approach is helping you to wipe away unwanted information in your search results. We also can look at your stuff so that it rises to the top. You can your best foot forward. What they believe is too valuable to leave the wings of a Google algorithm. Take control with Reputation Defender. You can start down your free reputation report at reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 to speak to an expert. That's 800-401-6681.
Police in San Francisco are detailing a horrific attack on the Chinese consulate.
Body camera footage shows officers running into the consulate past the doors that Zhang Yang had crashed his car through. Yang was standing against the wall, and as the sergeant approached, he started slashing with his knife. That's when the sergeant opened fire. Police Chief Bill Scott says officers are trained to stop the threat immediately if it's believed they can. We will do everything possible to stop that threat immediately so we don't have a loss of life. He says 911 callers reported that Yang had a gun. Police recovered the knife. They also found a loaded crossbow in the car that Yang crashed into the building. Chris Ancarlo for CBS News, San Francisco.
Trying to rein in spending on Thanksgiving dinner. Two chains are lowering prices for the holiday season. Walmart says it'll remove inflation by offering meals at 2022. Aldi says it will cut prices on everything from gravy to cranberries. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
One of those moments, the decisions we make today will determine the future trajectories of time.
And that's not a good thing. Since the grand damaged jellyfish of a puppet is living in the White House, I think the whole world is about ready to eat the big one. That's being indelicate. Happy Friday to you. Some weeks should end sooner than other weeks. This is a week that, as it ends, we should be pleased. Of course, it won't really end because it just keeps going, doesn't it? That train coming out of the tunnel at a high rate of speed, crashing into the side of the mountain. Who built these tracks going right into the